a Sky Sports production, interactive, in widescreen with Dolby surround sound. And thanks to our new digital technology, Player Cam is available once again today. And our subject for the first 15 minutes is Ryan Giggs. Match commentators Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Yes, Ryan Giggs in glittering form. And he will know that it's 10 years since Liverpool last beat Manchester United here at Old Trafford. 10 points the difference in United's favour, though Liverpool do have a game in hand. Liverpool kick off. Their fans still feel the pain of those 2 FA Cup goals here that knocked the stuffing out of the Merseyside club on their last visit. It's a fantastic United fight back, without which there would have been no treble. And that game turned out to be the blueprint for the climax against Bayern in Barcelona. Here's Hegger. Had all weathers here in Manchester this morning. Snow, sleet, sunshine. It's pretty chilly.
Got away with that, Hegger, didn't he? You don't want to be taking chances like that in the first minute as last defender against someone with the pace of Giggs. Lose that there, and you just don't catch him. But it'll be interesting to see how you mentioned it just before, Mark. I didn't get a chance to talk to you about it. Liverpool 3 weeks off.
Yeah, they're worried about it because you can't really find out until you get out there and know how exactly the players feel, what sort of sharpness is or is not there.
All I would say is after beating Arsenal away 1-0, the next thing you want to do is play pretty quickly. You don't want 3 weeks off. You want to get out and play again.
And of course, Manchester United have been playing, and they have the other sort of problem: wear and tear, possible fatigue. Like Ferguson just juggling his resources in attack. Suggestion that Andy Cole hasn't been playing particularly well despite scoring goals. But one fact that Sir Alec might not be aware of: Andy Cole started 8 Premiership games at Old Trafford this season, and in those 8 games he scored 12 goals. Coming back to do the challenging on Harman, who was in a losing FA Cup final side against Manchester United for Newcastle last season, but did play in the last team to stop Manchester United scoring here, where they of course have been so fantastic at home, and that was also for Newcastle. Beckham goes down, but Manchester United go on, courtesy of referee Dermot Gallagher. Jamie Carragher's got a very important role today in front of Ancho and Herpia.
Yeah, much has been said about Herpia and Ancho, many plaudits they've had, but I think this is a real test for them. In respect to winning balls aerially, I think they can do that, but it's York and Solskjaer's movement and ability to do things with the ball on the ground that really might test a centre-back partnership.
Tracked by Matteo. Gary Devils can throw the ball good distances, and Manchester United are looking for him to do that here. Keane, the first target. Headed back by Butt. Aerial involvement for York. Owen putting it in early. Appear with very much height on his side.
But the knockdown, that's the area, and that's where it's important. Carragher and Haman don't lose too many. The second little ball, the knockdowns. Well, it looks like it's set. It looks like pretty much what they tried to do against Arsenal and did very well, Liverpool, 3 weeks ago. They're going to attempt to do again. They're going to try and get men forward, it seems to me. Schmitzer, Berger in particular, to help the front two. But when they lose it, then at least either Meyer or Camara drops back, almost making a 5-man midfield to make life difficult.
So Raymond van der Houw, I guess, can call himself first choice for Manchester United at the moment.
For this week.
It's only his 20th Premiership game. Mark Bosnich would have played his 200th game in the league had he been selected today. Been here 3.5 years, the tall Dutchman, who's actually older than Peter Schmeichel. Solskjaer. There's Carragher biting in. That's the sort of area where he's got to be very vigilant for Liverpool, you feel, to get something from this game. Come here, not just with that win at Arsenal behind them, but prior to that, of course, they beat Leeds United at Anfield. It would be some sort of treble if they could add a third victory in succession here.
They beat Leeds at Ellen Road as well, didn't they, earlier in the season?
Yes, a double over Leeds.
It'd be a great away treble, wouldn't it?
TT Camara scored at Highbury and scored at Ellen Road.
He just drops off left-hand side almost to allow Patrick Berger to go infield, Martin, when they lose the ball.
Harman got enough on it to make sure York wasn't going to intercept. For Manchester United, this a meaty filling sandwiched in between two European battles with Bordeaux. Schmitzer. Oh, and the pass just took Meyer wide, so he can only cross when he could have been teed up for a shot.
I should have been teed up for a shot. That's not great play from Schmitzer. Wasn't a difficult layoff. Just had to tease it. Meyer did the first part. He stopped Silvestre getting a header, but really the pass, far too much weight, forces Meyer far too wide.
But Liverpool have a corner.
Another one.
Yes, it came off Roy Keane. He did it.
Well, it did. Whether the free kick was given, I'm not sure, Mark, but that certainly looked to me as if the United skipper headed that back over his own crossbar. Right in the middle of the goal. Up goes Keane, heads it over his bar. Must have been a free kick, so I can think of.
Schmitzer getting back to help the protection on Giggs for Liverpool. A bit of illegal contact by Butt.
Going to be good battles left and right. Giggs against Hegem. You do feel Hegem maybe has the pace to cope with Giggs. Dominic Matteo, on the other hand, will have to get close to David Beckham when he gets the ball to not allow him time to cross the ball.
Solskjaer. Liverpool's diet exclusively Premiership flavoured. It was their post-Old Trafford trauma that led to their failure to qualify for Europe for this season. Silvestre made his debut against Liverpool and has played in every Premiership game for Manchester United since, the young Frenchman. Beckham and Matteo, and it goes Manchester United's way. Roy Keane gets the better of Berger. Still Keane. Goalkeeper was going down for a save he didn't have to make. Schmitzer. Butt's pass crisply into the feet of York. Played off equally accurately to Giggs. Beckham, his sort of distance. Wasn't quite sure what type of shot to come up with in the end.
Well, he tried the bender in the end. I thought he maybe should have hit that first time, Martin. It was a lovely little pace that arrived at David Beckham. Not so sure there was a need for the touch. It was a good bit of pressure from Manchester United. And just as it comes across, I thought that was there to hit. He decided to take the touch and really never got hold of the shot. A pretty good block moments earlier. I think it was all show at the near post as Roy Keane threatened to go in.
Meyer getting the better of Irwin. Berger. Camara, but Keane there to intercept. Liverpool win it back in United territory. Pitch looking reasonably good after its latest reconstruction. Matteo. And the stadium even more splendid with the extra tier and the 60,000 plus capacity. Sylvestre. Well, Berger coming in. It was, in the end, a little bit loose from the French defender, who wanted to take charge and didn't allow Yapstam to take the ball off him and clear, which he could have done.
Well, sometimes you just put your foot through the ball, Martin. That was a classic example of he should have just cleared it. He played a really dangerous ball edge of the box, but not for the first time, and certainly not the last, where we'll see Roy Keane come up with an important block.
Just bounces off Stam. Irish trying to hunt any sort of mistake, and it's a bad kick by Van der Haar. Well, Mark Bosnich would be interested to see that.
Well, they lost a goal at Wimbledon last week with a bad kick out from the goalkeeper, and almost the same here. That's pretty poor from Van der Haar. Shot really never had enough pace to trouble the goalkeeper. With a little warning.
Stam. As is the Manchester United way, most of the midfield on the move forward, even Nicky Butt. He's just giving a bit of depth.
Got ahead of Haman there as well, Martin. Nicky Butt just got caught.
One thing they do, Manchester United, they do make their own back four work hard as individuals, as if to say, well, you're there to defend. If it's a one-on-one, we expect you to be the boss. Sylvestre having to learn in a system that asks a lot, particularly of those two. Of course, it's so hard for opponents, particularly here at Old Trafford, to get a meaningful share of possession, to threaten that way of playing, which, of course, produces so often such an exhilarating spectacle of attacking play. Liverpool not getting too much of the ball early on.
I don't think they worry too much. They are conceding possession in these sort of areas quite happily. I don't think that's a problem if the back four have it in possession. I think an awful lot of that possession the back four of Manchester United would have had.
Beckham caught by a long leg belonging to Sami Hyypiä. Incidentally, Jamie Redknapp, who's closing in on full fitness, is here today watching, and Robbie Fowler as well, is still a little way away from his comeback.
Plenty pace, plenty whip, I would imagine, from Beckham, and plenty movement in the box.
Manchester United looking for the first breakthrough here. Liverpool cope with Beckham's free kick. But it's through to Solskjaer, coped well, but could go left to Giggs, but to be fair, in the centre there, he had eyes on matters closer at hand.
I think if he'd have spotted Giggs, he'd have just played the pass, Martin. He was an absolutely acres. A great tackle from Onshaw, an important one. Winning it right on the edge of the D.
Hegem. He's got the nod over Rigobert Song, who's back with Liverpool. There was a mistake by Sylvestre. And the camera to Meyer. Sylvestre glad to be able to be the man to clear. Lovely touch from Beckham.
Oh, did well there, Martin. I thought he had a chance to really make something happen, Cameron, and he didn't.
York in plenty of room. Solskjaer comes out to Keane. As Onshaw got the block in again.
Within 13 minutes, and Honshaw's made 3 great blocks. One on the edge of the 6-yard box and 2 on the edge of the 18-yard box. That's what being a defender's all about for me. It's being committed, it's being clinical, if you like. He was so determined he was getting something in front of that shot. That was brilliant block. Top class.
Stefan Onshaw has had some difficult times playing here for his previous club, Blackburn, including putting through his own goal at Old Trafford. Vegar Hegem from Haman's pass. Sylvestre drawn out of the centre. Back with Didi Hamann again, who likes to shoot from long range and certainly has the technique to back up his ambition. York. Question of intent there, and Dermot Gallagher clearly thought that that was deliberate. The block by Hyypiä on Dwight York.
Not so sure he could do an awful lot about it.
No.
Sami Hyypiä. Touch, just takes the ball past him.
Solskjaer. Gerard Houllier wanted to see it just coming straight back at Liverpool from these clearances. He does this time from Silvestre, glanced on by Giggs. Beckham. Solskjaer's header. Early cross from Gary Neville. Good cross. Solskjaer, very good chance. Not taken.
I'll tell you what, you won't get many better crosses. We often admire from the right the quality of David Beckham. Obviously Gary Neville's been watching his mate, because this is a beautiful cross. Doesn't need to take a touch in it. Solskjaer gets in between Hegem and also an acres of space. I think he's up and coming down again as he meets it. That's a glorious chance, Martin, in a game like this. There won't be a freer header on the 6-yard line than that one.
And Sir Alex Ferguson looking for early justification of his faith in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer today, but turning away in disappointment. Giggs to York, back to Giggs again, and Hegem stuck out of foot. But Giggs with the cross, plenty of pace on it. Knocked out by Hyypiä. Keane.
Well, at the moment, Manchester United dominating. Liverpool can't get a hold of the ball for any length of time at all.
Best attack in the Premiership against the best defence in the Premiership.
This is when you need to buy some time. When they get possession back again, just buy a little bit of time.
Hegem is limping. Jamie Carragher, remember, has been playing at right back, so they had to make a change there for this game with Steven Gerrard suspended.
Look about Song, he's got his tracksuit bottoms off.
See how much trouble Hegem's in here. A real wince as he cleared it long. No attempt to dwell on the ball. By Carragher, but not by York. But Keane. Just enough on it down the line from Gary Neville to reach Butt, and then Beckham, and now Solskjaer. Look at the numbers though that Liverpool got around the Manchester United man in the centre, and then they gave it away wastefully wide. Giggs, but good turn. York is offside.
No, just. And they're making the change now. Hegem is struggling. Ready-made replacement. No, honestly, Martin, shouldn't affect him too much.
And a player who disappointed not to be chosen today, particularly after his experience internationally. Rigobert Song with Cameroon lifting the African Cup of Nations. But while he's been away, his club have been doing pretty well without him. Song is though back, and Hegem departs to an early injury. That's Meyer's strength in the air.
Well, that's where I'd be aiming at. Meyer's got to put himself, and anything's coming along, Martin, between Silvestre and Dennis Irwin. He's got a huge height advantage over both of them. Stamm's quite happy to let him go there then. If you were Liverpool, you'd be saying, OK, arc it over the top of him, you win them, just get a couple of runners, Camara, Schmitzer maybe, in behind them.
Silvestre climbing well. Never Meyer there, Giggs. York. Stumbled by Anjou. Irwin. And Berger filling back in there, stopping it, reaching David Beckham. He was arriving on the scene late. York, good pressure from Manchester United again. But they've also a little cameo of what Liverpool have been doing so successfully over the last 4 or 5 months. And Camara brings them out. Matteo. This is Schmitzer. Played here for the Czech Republic in Euro 96. As did Berger as well. Giggs, but Carragher vigilant. Owen really fired that Dwight York.
Test your touch there, wasn't it?
But here's Berger. Giggs having to stray from the left to get more involved. Beckham gets beyond Carragher, works with York, David Beckham. And I'll show a cool head again. For Sky Sports digital viewers, on channel 404, our player cam is now Jamie Carragher. Camera. Here's Song. Schmitzer. And Song forces the corner off Owen.
Welcome respite for Liverpool with a bit of pressure to put up with. But at least they're showing good numbers going forward, Martin. Certainly when they get a chance to go forward, then Schmitzer and Berger, even the full-back, it was Egham, and now it's Song prepared to go ahead of the play.
Hopia, who got his first Liverpool goal against Manchester United at Anfield back in September. Again, United won by 3 goals to 2. Jamie Carragher was debited with 2 own goals in that game. Camera. Driven cross. Silvestre has to defend against Schmitzer.
And that's the kind of ball that I wanted Meyer on the end of, Martin.
York, lovely movement off him from Butt, pass just a little too strong, which spoilt it. Let's get a line on that injury to Hegem from our reporter George Gavin. George.
Martin Vegard Hegem felt his hamstring tighten. The bench wanted him to stay on to try and run it off, but it only got worse, so he had to come off.
So it's Song now with the unenviable task of trying to deal with Ryan Giggs. Berger, again, as Andy's just been saying, Liverpool getting numbers forward. They had 5 in Manchester United territory then.
And it wasn't a great choice either from Berger. They've got Camera on the outside, going 1v1 against Gary Neville. He had space to carry the ball. Thought he played the pass a touch too early into Meyer, who, well, was surrounded by red shirts. But already, I think, very much the mentality that got him a good result. At Highbury 3 weeks ago, you can see that there. There's plenty of work been done in this team play, if you like, from Liverpool, Mark. Certainly defensively, they get very tight at the back, on the edge of the box. The full-backs tuck in. The midfield players get back and support in front of them, and they say, well, if we're going to concede ground, we'll do it wide, but we'll be very difficult to play through the middle.
York. Giggs. Nicely worked between Giggs and York. Well, the goalkeeper was uncertain. Comes out to Giggs, and Sander Westerveld grateful that he wasn't having to reposition urgently.
I have to say, Martin, Westerveld for me has been good and bad. I thought against Arsenal he was excellent at shot stopping, but any ball that was faced across goal like that gave him problems. He was less than sure on crosses and corners, and yet again he's caught in 2 minds. Doesn't get anywhere near the cross. Really committed himself and got nowhere near it.
Sander Westerveld, who was signed from Vitesse Arnhem when he got his chance at the Dutch club when they released a certain goalkeeper to Manchester United, Raymond van der Houw. Past the halfway mark in the first half. I think the style of the game very much set. Manchester United with the ball. And Liverpool prepared to get numbers back in that organised way that so frustrated Arsenal 3 weeks ago.
Well, you can see why it's given them the best defensive record in the Premiership. They're going to have to work pretty hard. They're going to get something against it.
Beckham. Show's header, then Matteos. Well, it's Gerard Houllier and Phil Thompson who of course shaped the first team, but this is a fella involved as well, Patrice Berguez, who's got a reputation in his native France as a coach with a very strong defensive mentality in the teams that he's been involved with, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if he's played a part in the way Liverpool have improved. Thinking back to this last time that Liverpool were here for a league game, which is 18 months ago, still at the time where they were vulnerable in the air at the back, and keeping clean sheets was so difficult. They've still got a long way to go in this one. Solskjaer has had the best chance for Manchester United so far, with a header off target. The one against the two Manchester United centre-backs. Well, he's done well to get Liverpool a free kick.
Well, he did well, but he shouldn't have been allowed to. Both Sylvester and Stam just stepped away from it, saying, well, going after you, and then both decide to go for it. And a little obstruction there, you can see holding him back. Yep, Stam, that was just, nobody took advantage, nobody vocally, I don't think. Either of them said, right, I'll deal with it.
It's Berger. Great goal for Liverpool from Patrick Berger. A truly stunning free kick.
Well, you've said it. This is a magnificent strike. In a stadium where they talk about the free kick ability of David Beckham, this is something special. It goes round the wall, Martin, so look at the bend on it. Wonderful bend. Having got there, I just wondered about the goalkeeper, but take nothing away. The pace and the power and the accuracy in this shot is there to be admired. Not so sure the end of the wall might have done a bit better, but what a strike.
Patrick Berger, who scored in the big games this season. He scored against Manchester United at Anfield. He scored against Leeds recently with a cracking goal. Also scored against Arsenal in the home game for Liverpool, and my goodness, he's pulled the trigger here. And Manchester United, who've not lost any of their last 22 Premiership games on this ground. They've not lost any of their last 33 games in all competitions on this ground. They're behind two fierce rivals.
Well, certainly for the neutral as a spectacle, you would have wanted Liverpool to score first, Martin.
Keane. Beckham. Roy Keane has led many a Manchester United revival, and they need another one here. And settles for the corner off Mattia.
Set up beautifully now.
Stam to help it on. Westerveld in the end realising that he could catch it and buy Liverpool a little bit of time. Only Camara forward, but only Sylvester back. It was a lengthy throw. Go back to the way, Andy, you were describing from Manchester United's point of view, the unnecessary, untidy way they gave away the free kick.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Alex would be absolutely furious, the boss, about that. Because you know, you want centre-backs, you talk together, somebody dominates, I'll clear it. Both step away from the ball when there's absolutely no danger.
And all sorts of some striking.
It was a great strike, yeah, but if you were Alex Ferguson, you'd be absolutely furious that your defenders have allowed that to happen.
Silvestre. Stam. Berger back. But we all know that he can strike the ball well and score goals. What he's had to show is that he can do the other side of the midfield work as well. And Gerard Houllier has stimulated Berger into a much more all-round player. This was wonderful, though.
It's a brilliant strike. It's past the goalkeeper, isn't it? Well, he won't get too excited, he's happy. He remembers an FA Cup tie here not so long ago when Liverpool led for a long, long time, only to be punished harshly at the end of the game and end up losing it. From Schmeitzer, Martin. You know, if he hadn't gone back, I think Giggs had done song, edge of the box. I think he was getting past him. That's what I talked about. It's so important that both full-backs for Liverpool are helped for various reasons. One to stop his running ability and the other to stop Beckham's ability to cross it. Well, if you can nullify both of those, you don't have to go a long way in helping yourself get a result here.
Well, with a third of the game passed, Liverpool lead, and as Andy reminds you all that virtually the whole of the game had passed and they were leading when they were last here in that FA Cup game that produced an extraordinary climax. Carragher. Haman. Meyer. For Sky Digital viewers on Sky Sports Extra, player spotlight, the player cam is now on Nicky Butt. Schmeitzer. Patrick Berger had the last touch. York almost through for Butt, and there was a rarity there for Manchester United, a chance of some real space inside the Liverpool defensive third. Haman. Camara. Berger first to it.
Oh, what a ball. Beautiful played early. Gave Silvestre a problem.
Well, he pulled away from it, and I think he was frightened of what might have happened had he stuck out a leg. Solskjaer. Manchester United, they couldn't pass there with Sami Hyypiä. Silvestre, well known to Gerard Houllier, who developed his talents through the French youth system.
This is it though, back off. You look at camera, you can almost draw a picture, Martin, every time Manchester United have got a ball here of where every Liverpool player will be.
York. Giggs looking towards Solskjaer and let it run. Well, they're accountable, aren't they, now, Liverpool? They know where they have to be when the opposition are in possession. And the best thing about telling players to do that is to get some good results with it, and certainly that's been the case for Liverpool Football Club.
Well, they've got a good mix at the moment in respect that, yes, they do. They have a responsibility when you lose the ball, and that's when you should be disciplined. That's when you need to know what you're doing. But what they've also given them at Liverpool at the moment, Gerard Houllier and his coaching staff, is when you have it, you see Schmeitzer here on the left side, you see Camara wandering, you see Berger wandering. But then if they lose it, they just all tuck back into a little position and say, go on then, make it difficult. at the moment it does well for them.
Song. Oh, Berger! And this time Van der Haar frustrates the player who batted the free kick past him a few minutes ago.
Well, we've seen 2 headers, one at each end. Both should have brought a goal. At least Berger hits the target, makes the goalkeeper work, but where was the marking? They looked for offside, the flag stayed down, it must have been really close.
Neville. Beckham's ball. And it just created a hint of uncertainty between Herpier and Westerveld, and the outcome is a Manchester United corner with 10 minutes to go to half-time. And the vast majority in this massive stadium egging United on towards an equaliser here. But Liverpool lost their discipline then. Beckham, good header by Song.
Oh, great header. That was a fantastic header from the full-back.
Again, Roy Keane is the player that they're looking for from a longer throw.
Well, the header here, what a big moment in the game. It's actually Gary Neville that's played him on. You can see Stamps held the line. He thinks he's offside. Neville's come round. And from 8 yards, what a chance for Berger to give Liverpool a 2-goal lead.
Nicky Buck just indicating to Dermot Gallagher that Liverpool are trying to run down the clock. Even at this premature stage, but the general level of play, of course, they're Kiri, much the fresher of the two teams. Oh, Kamarak, and it's Stam who blocks it as Liverpool pick their way through Manchester United again.
What a chance again. Was it Stam or Gary Neville who got the block, man? I'm not so sure here. That was a full-back who comes across. Again, they're looking for offside, and again it's Gary Neville, I think, who's deeper. This is a brilliant pullback. But as he strikes it, was Stam. Whether the goalkeeper would have saved it, well, we don't know. He's certainly going the right way. But it's a pretty good strike. Oh, I don't think the goalkeeper would have got there, you know. Will they pay for that? 2 big chances.
Silvestre trying to add even further number to Manchester United's players forward, like Irwin is here. Song just a little late.
That was well locked, 1-2.
Giggs, high at the angles. Beckham takes it, and no one could connect for Manchester United, with Jaap Stam looking the most likely contender at the far post.
Well, he and Huppier go in there, and I think the big defender, the Liverpool defender, that is, does well, Mark, because he easily could have got a touch on that himself, but he just easy Stam out the way.
Stam is still looking for his first goal at Old Trafford for Manchester United. It's been a difficult spell the last 10 minutes or so, egged on by the fact that they've struck first here, Liverpool, from a dead ball situation, but then creating 2 chances in free play. Solskjaer. The force of the Norwegian just now. Keane loops up off Carragher. And then off the head of Ancho. Westerveld deals with it.
Well, I don't think they've... Something that Alex would be pleased at. He looks at 7 attempts at goal, but I don't think the goalkeeper's worked yet. And they haven't hit the target. Liverpool 5 out of 5.
their stand-in skipper, as he has been since Jamie Redknapp and Robbie Fowler have been unavailable. He's in need of some attention. Alec Ferguson was awarded the freedom of Manchester earlier in the week. His team certainly haven't got the freedom of this particular pitch today.
This is a blow, Martin. I've just looked at the physio and he signalled no, as if that's the end of Hupia. Now, if that is the case, that's a huge blow to Liverpool. Massive blow. He's probably been their most consistent and best player this season, Sami Hupia.
And you can see that Gerard Houlliér's expression really reflecting your words. He knows the cost of a massive man. Steve Staunton, who was actually in the last Liverpool team to beat Manchester United at Old Trafford 10 years ago, 2-1, 2 John Barnes goals. And they're taking Sami Hupia straight down to the corner of the ground, the tunnel in the dressing room area. That's how it happened.
Well, it's certainly got impact, isn't it? Just depends how bad that impact is. What I find quite surprising, Mark, is they haven't immediately got someone on. Certainly the physio signalled that's it, it's over for him, but I think they might be trying to get him into the dressing room, have a good look at it. We have got, what, only 4 minutes to half-time plus any stoppage.
And they've got Jamie Carragher, no stranger to playing in the middle of the defence, moving from the centre of midfield to cover for Hupia.
So, we wait and see.
Keane. But you can sense the frustration being felt by the majority in Manchester United's ground at the moment. Let's get a quick word from George Gavin. George.
Martin, Gerard Houllier is not very happy about the tackle from Solskjaer, but it's led to a bad cut for Sami Hupia, a very deep gash. It's pouring with blood at the moment. They've called for the doctor in the hope that it may be able to be stitched.
Well, this is a risky strategy.
These are decisions that win and lose matches. I've absolutely no doubt about that.
Solskjaer working with York. Schmitzer wanting the goalkeeper, I think. His instincts were it would help. And Festival got there before the man from the Czech Republic, but Schmitzer had to take charge in the end, and he did. Irwin. Keane lets it run. Lovely touch from York. Keane, at the height it came to, had to play it back rather than take it on and go for goal himself. Mathieu's another, of course, who can play in the middle at the back. But they kept him on the left side. It's been a real chop and change in Liverpool's back four during this first half.
Well, it's a gamble the Liverpool fancy. Come on, why isn't we putting a man on? Why are we not protecting this? But this is a gamble that Gerard Houllier is prepared to take at the moment. He's prepared to gamble on the next 2.5, 3 minutes of football with his 10 men and keep it at 1-0. To give them a chance to patch up Sami Hupia, who's so important to them.
To that, the name of the club doctor.
I hope he's got quick fingers. I hope he's good at needlework.
Owen. Here's Keane. Flick comes to naught for Manchester United. It's trying the solo approach.
I quite might have liked that idea, but I think we should have been taking it wide, taking it towards the corner flag for a little walk.
Keane. Diggs for York. Osho gets a foot in. Another very well judged piece of defending. Camara. And they've worked to 2 against 1 for a moment, Liverpool, and Titi Camara for the team with 10 men. Maya. Mathieu had come forward. the Yatstam has to deflect it behind for a corner, and predominantly for Liverpool. This will help the countdown to half-time, but it might just be a bit more than that. Depends on their ambition.
Well, Liverpool have no real ambition here, I can't imagine, apart from eating up seconds. They've left 3v1 at the back, makes sense, they're 1-0 up. Put a couple in the box, couple edge of the box. Anything comes of it, they wouldn't have to be pleased, but just keep the ball in this half, I would guess they'd want to do.
Meets it. When you talk about international players and big game mentalities, getting that from the likes of Schmitzer. Let's get another update from George Gavin. George.
Martin, frantic signalling between the Liverpool dressing room and the bench. In fact, Michael Owen has been sprinting down there, bringing back the news, and the news is good. Sami Hyypiä will be okay.
With 2 minutes of stoppage time, can they hold out though?
So gets a boot in. I hope Michael Owen warmed up that hamstring before doing the messenger boy stuff for the dressing room. Oh man, that's all Liverpool really need to do to get it to half-time with their 1-0 lead intact.
I don't think Alex Ferguson will be too happy with what he's seen first half. I don't think United have quite been at it. They haven't threatened enough. The front two have been pretty poor, in all honesty. Martin, York and Solskjaer, nothing's really happened for them, and they haven't made anything happen.
Well, what about that from Beckham? Giggs. So expect Manchester United to get late goals in the first halves as well as second halves. There was an opportunity there really caused by the wonderful cross-field vision of Beckham. Silvestre. Irwin. Biggs on the sprint to keep it in. Solskjaer going near post. A deflection on the cross. Solskjaer! There it is! An air of inevitability about it. And what will rub salt in the wounds of Liverpool, the scorer of the equaliser, the player responsible for Liverpool being down to 10 men.
Great feet. Hardly the kick all half, but Song really gets drawn in and Giggs just spins in behind him. It's a beautiful ball from Dennis Irwin. But what great feet. Through the legs in the end of Dominic Matteo, I think it is. A little deflection helps Solskjaer, no doubt about that. It's a wonderfully composed finish. But we wondered whether they could hold out the 10 men. They got within seconds of doing so.
Well, the man who knocked Liverpool out of the FA Cup here just over 13 months ago. How much of the fight has he knocked out of Liverpool with that equaliser? Gerard Houllier gambled and lost without sending on a second substitute. A brilliant goal from Berger, but Liverpool pegged back by Solskjaer.
Gray and Martin Tyler.
Sami Hyypiä is back out for the second half. And incidentally will be the subject of our player cam for Sky Digital viewers on Sky Sports Extra.
I have to say, Martin, I'm looking him down and I don't know if he's going to start. He's coming off. He's not going to play. That's an amazing. He's coming off. He's taking the captain's armband off. He's obviously unhappy. Well, I said those were the kind of decisions that won and lost football matches. Whether they've got the sub ready, but he certainly doesn't look happy to me.
Well, he wants to go.
Well, still dripping very slowly out of the dressing room area. Liverpool player Steve Staunton is standing there. Gerard Houllier is not out. Phil Thompson's just jogged out.
Well, that's very strange, because you would have thought if there was any doubt he could have come out a bit earlier and checked his mobility. More frowns for Gerard Houllier, and a permanent defensive change. Danny Murphy has come on. Jamie Carragher, who was the stand-in centre-back in those minutes when Hurpier was off before half-time. Looks as though he's going to stay in there alongside Ancho, who incidentally will be the subject now of our player cam for Sky Digital viewers.
Looks like what they're trying to do, Mark, is they're going to get Haman to do what Carragher did first half. He's the one who's going to sit just in front of the two centre-backs, and Berger and Murphy are going to break from just ahead of him to provide the support.
Comes off Carragher's head. Beckham. Jamie Carragher really committed himself. That might have been a free kick, but it's not been seen that way by Dermot Gallagher, who points instead for a later incident Liverpool's way. Let's hear from George Gavin again. More touchline news.
Martin, Sami Hyypiä had 4 stitches in that ankle wound. It was a puncture wound just below the ankle bone, very painful. It was heavily strapped. He wanted to come out and have a go. The bench wanted him to have a go as well. But as soon as he got out there, he found he couldn't turn. It was too painful.
Big decision, isn't it?
Miss kick by Stam. All has not been totally well with Manchester United in this match so far, but what they do best is score goals. It's their 60th in the Premiership this season, their 80th in all competitions, and most timely from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Giggs, Neville. Beckham's cross. Diving to defend it, Carragher, who was the player who didn't quite get there in that last incident of the first half. Solskjaer beat him to the ball. And it's York getting a header in, but trying the bicycle kick. Giggs and Keane and York. Gary Neville lets it run. Beckham's cross. Well, the goalkeeper was coming across to fill the space that Solskjaer thought was his with the header.
Well, he didn't get there, the goalkeeper. It's a beautifully teasing ball from David Beckham. And he doesn't get there, Vesterveld. I think Song, does he get something on this at the back post? It looks like it might be a simple knock-in for Solskjaer.
Beckham. Camera. Brought out by Haman. He's the furthest forward. He's got to wait for others to get past him. Schmitzer is one of those. And across Sam, but not beyond Owen. Beckham. York. First time football from Manchester United. More considered approach now from Beckham. Neville. Very difficult early minutes in this second period for Liverpool, who had hoped that Sami Hyypiä would be there to help them defend the second half. A fleeting appearance, nothing more.
This wouldn't have been unexpected, Mark. I'm sure Gerard Houllier, Phil Thompson, Nick Oldham saying, listen, they're going to come at you really big time at the beginning of this half.
Over Keane, Stan couldn't get a shot in. Giggs. Liverpool have to funnel back again. Beckham on the advance. Carragher almost falling on top of the ball. It dipped so low. I do feel, Andy, it's not just a test of the calibre of the Liverpool players, but their character as well. They're showing a lot of spirit here with Rigobert Song. Oh, trying to get in there first at the near post was Meyer.
It was a good break.
And some who've got forward are now trying to get back as Giggs recognising, I think, the need to keep the tempo of the attack going. He was in too much of a hurry.
I think Manchester United will be quite happy for the game to open up a bit, Martin, and a bit of end-to-end stuff.
So here's Matteo. Vast majority in the Liverpool camp these days have never tasted victory against Manchester United. No, no, not again is the sort of thoughts that can come into your mind in these circumstances. There's already more flow to Manchester United's football since the break, since the equaliser.
Oh, the touch from Dwight York, you know, Solskjaer was just pulling the trigger behind them. Dwight York attempted to control it and knocked it away from Solskjaer.
But here's Camera, trying to work a way through on his own, but getting back to help his back line. It's typical of his unselfish contribution. He's not a Paul Scholes when it comes to getting into advanced positions to score on a regular basis. But he's rarely found absent in key areas when his team needs him. Murphy. He played well in the 1-1 draw that Liverpool got here the season before last, the day Michael Owen was sent off, having also scored. Schmitzer. Song. Over can't collect. Sylvestre. Meyer comes across and clatters into the Frenchman. Schmitzer. And Meyer's work didn't produce a dividend then.
Sloppy from Schmitzer. Big centre forward did well. Sylvestre wanted a little bit too much time. He wasn't being allowed it. It's a bit more open though, the game. You do feel that, and I think the inclusion of Murphy, Martin, as sub has caused a bit of that, because you know, unlike Carragher and Hammam, Murphy's a more forward-thinking player, and he's just adopted a higher up the pitch position than either Carragher or Hammam when they've lost the ball, Liverpool. And that in turn creating a little bit more space for United, but making Liverpool a little bit more dangerous when they have the ball.
Carragher almost tricked by Solskjaer then. Stamp. Last 9 meetings between these two clubs in League and FA Cup, including an FA Cup final. 7 Manchester United victories and 2 draws. And having been a goal down, they're on the move, Manchester United again. And it's Giggs!
Never threatening there to be hit. But as soon as he hits it, it's always spinning away wide of the Festival's left-hand post. Sits up beautifully for him. Clean enough strike, but you see how in trouble the goalkeeper is. It starts to spin away. It's never coming back from there.
Sylvestre. Schmitzer. Beckham working back. Sylvestre's clearance had more height than distance. Camera. Murphy. Schmitzer looking to get it back to the substitute. But with Liverpool attacking, it is a match with a more open feel to it now, and York has got Beckham supporting him. Giggs and Butt joining Solskjaer in the centre. Neville. York. Defending champions, the league leaders, the Premiership powerhouses since the reconstruction of the league, are starting to turn the screw at Old Trafford. York. Meyer able to just Show a bit of screening strength then and draw the foul from Silvestre.
Just keep sitting, looking around, looking at Michael Owen doing his warm-ups, just wondering if and when Gerard Houllier will make a decision to bring him on.
That's Andy Cole that the United fans are calling for.
Somehow I don't think the manager will be influenced by that, do you know?
He knows his own mind, as does his captain. Slightly weary-looking Patrick Berger, deflecting it out for the throw.
He's worked hard, Patrick Berger. Williamson has talked beforehand about his ability. He needs to work harder going back. I thought he did that very well against Arsenal 3 weeks ago, and he's done it again today. He's worked hard up and down the pitch for his team. Not the best tackler in the world, never will be, but you can fill spaces and make yourself an obstacle. He's learnt to do that in recent months.
Just to remind you, Manchester United would go 9 points clear if they move on to win this game, at least until Leeds play tomorrow, and that would put them 13 ahead of Liverpool. A Liverpool victory, and they would go third, 7 points behind United, and with a game in hand. So there's a lot that's up for grabs in the remainder of this match. Silvestre. Nicely played by the young defender to Beckham. Supporting ahead of David Beckham. Lovely link up for Manchester United. Schmitzer prepared to back his skill in a tight situation.
Well done, David Beckham, Martin. He realised Gary Neville had gone on way ahead. He knew there was a gap in behind. That's what modern day football's all about, realising there's a danger. He filled in beautiful for Neville.
It's a probing ball from Owen. Giggs. The equaliser came from the Manchester United left. Keane has really committed himself into that.
I think that might be the first one of the day. Booking, that is. At least I don't think there's been one, has there? Just gets done here with a lovely little bit of skill. You can see he gets caught, no doubt about that. No real option for Dermot Gallagher.
A caution for Keane. We've reached the stage in the season when the disciplinary sanctions are a little less. Players no longer get suspended from now on for reaching the 5 yellow card mark. Jersey, Raymond van der Houw kicking away. Palmer. The spin will suit Song, it'll keep the ball in play.
I'll tell you, that's not the worst ball I've seen. Dropped in beautifully near post. Everyone just about flat-footed centrally.
Here's Giggs. Palmer trying to get across, can't stop. Giggs getting his cross in. And such was the speed of the movement from Manchester United that they were a man short on the far side of the penalty area.
So the front two get a little close as well. York and Solskjaer were almost on top of each other as the cross went over the top of them. No real spread across the 6-yard box.
Advantage played. I think Dermot Gallagher saw that as a foul by Stam on camera, but he saw that Liverpool had kept possession. Shrugs Jaap Stam away for a moment. That takes a bit of doing.
That's sloppy though. Did very well, and then he's given it away cheaply.
Oh, sure. Owen, who's concentrating these days on his club football, having announced an international retirement, a noble service for the Republic of Ireland. patio. They can break so quickly, Manchester United. Beckham having to do a bit of juggling to get the ball totally under control, and Liverpool given a few extra seconds to regroup. Neville. And the player cam switching now for Sky Digital viewers to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Keane coming in, and Rigobert Song, who wasn't found wanting in the air in the first half, made another important defensive contribution.
Keane's one of the better ones. You'd want Roy Keane attacking a ball like this. Defender does really well. Takes no chances, safety first.
Corner worked between Beckham and Giggs. It's a great ball from Beckham. Not the first time you've heard us say that, or the last. Westerveld had absolutely no chance of going to get it. And he's going to wonder where this throw is going to drop from Neville. Onto the head of Stam, onto the head of Keane. Out comes the goalkeeper and stops it, dropping onto the head of York. Schmitzer. Camera drifting to the left, and Schmitzer spotted him. To Stam. They've got the better of the confrontation. Still delaying, and now releases it to Haman. Berger. Murphy, good turn from him. Meyer waiting by the near post. It's good play from Liverpool.
Good play from Nicky Butt again. You talked about his abilities, maybe not as much of a goal scorer, but how can you put a value on this? Stam's out the play, he's not got back in, and a man short centrally. That's great filling in from the midfield player. Super little turn edge of the box from Danny Murphy.
It was headed back and across by Ancho. But direction of Beckham's pass, beckoning Gary Neville forward again. At a height that only really suited Sander Westerveld.
A good area for them though, right hand side. TT Cameron hasn't done as well getting back the way. Second half, Martin has looked a little reluctant to fill in that space back there. And Beckham and Gary Neville have worked it quite well. They haven't quite put a final pass on the end of anything. They've got forward quite well and quite comfortably on the right hand side.
A really solid challenge on Murphy by Irwin. Giggs looking to feed it in beyond Honcho's. A brilliant pass for Solskjaer. Jamie Carragher able to partially clear. It's actually hit Solskjaer and stayed in play. But Manchester United so close to getting in front for the first time today.
What a ball from Ryan Giggs. I mean, that beautiful pace on it. Absolutely leaves Honcho for dead. The goalkeeper does very, very well indeed. That's a big save from Sander Westerveld.
Rigobert Song has been penalised for handball here. Giggs was just looking to lift the ball beyond him. He claimed it struck him around the midriff. Dermot Gallagher, who wasn't far away, has given Manchester United the free kick.
Well done,
Irwin. Well, not exactly streaming out. Goalkeeper coming out. Well, Stam ends up on the ground in the Liverpool penalty area with the crowd, as you can hear, bellowing for a penalty. Berger. Matteo. Staying on his way back.
Yeah, I looked to stumble more than anything. Goalkeeper makes up his mind to come very early. I don't think there's much wrong there.
Good touch from Meyer. Another spat up at Irwin. The worst idea from Matteo. You could see Meyer trying to move across in front of the defender. Solskjaer. 20 minutes gone in the second half, still 1-1 at Old Trafford. Keane, but York turning, Giggs turning. Oh, having decided to pass it, he didn't pass it very well.
Not like him.
Well, they keep breaking records, Manchester United. The attendance, 61,592, the highest ever since the start of the Premiership. Did well, so did Schmitzer, and Camara, chance for Liverpool, beaten out by Van der Haar, comes to Eric Meyer, who's never scored in the Premiership, and that still stands.
Two big saves in the last 5 minutes of this match, one at either end. This is a lovely little 1-2, and he really does strike it with some power. Stands up big, the goalkeeper. That was important, great block. You just get the feeling, Mark, there's a winning goal here somewhere. Who for? I'm not so sure, but you do feel there's a goal in this game.
Schmitzer leaning into that. And using the upper arm, says referee Gallagher. Neville. Here's Stam. Irwin. So making sure Giggs didn't get behind him this time. Heed the crowd's call to play it forward early. Quicker delivery from Neville. Finds Keane. Giggs. What must encourage Liverpool is when they have got forward, it hasn't been so regularly in the second half, but they have shown a capacity to unhinge Manchester United. Still trying to play his part, although in theory his midfield role is a bit more restricted, with Carragher dropping into the back four. Houllier loves to have a defensive player in front of the two centre-backs. More to Harman's game than that. Song's throw. Meyer. Sylvester couldn't clear it in the first place. That's better that time. Almost joined Liverpool. There was some talk of that, the Houllier connection. And Mike Ferguson has continually picked him since he drew in his lot with Manchester United. There's going to be some action from the bench. Up against the cold. Mr. Cole. York. Pressed back by Matteo, but he's found an angle for the pass for Nicky Butt. And that's led to a Manchester United corner, which Beckham is eager to take. Without the colossus that Sami Hyypiä has been for Liverpool. Stam going for that one. Hyypiä's had a lot of injuries to deal with this season, Andy, but Sami Hyypiä, ever present in the Premiership, at least in terms of starts. It was the worry of playing this second half without him that stopped him making that substitution straight away. We'll never know, of course, what would have happened had he done that. Schmitzer.
Again, I've seen worse balls delivered into the front post than that. I think if you've got somebody who wants to get across the goalkeeper, across the face of him, I tell you what, you don't have to get a tap in there. No one gets across him. It's an easy take for Van der Haar.
We saw Thierry Henry do it for Arsenal on Thursday.
Absolutely.
Score from Mark Overmars' delivery. Hamann. And if he won't get that, Owen does for Manchester United. York got behind Hamann. Avenues to explore on the right for the Reds. Solve the difficulties. Camera. The camera again. Foot in well from Silvestre. He's like to use that left foot to switch the play to the right-hand side. Beckham. Giggs coming in from the left. Beckham backing up the play. It's not the first time in this second half that Liverpool have felt aggrieved about the nature of a free kick awarded against them. Plenty of impetus in Beckham's movement.
He certainly was edge of the box, and it was from a similar position like this that a very late free kick from Beckham got them the equaliser. And that cup tie we talked about, they felt aggrieved that night. Jamie Redknapp felt he didn't commit. The free kick was given. United scored. And he's only got one league goal this season, David Beckham. I think he's due another one.
A little chat with Giggs, the referee trying to get the wall back. Beckham takes it. No surprise in that. Maybe a little bit of a surprise that it's off target.
It didn't ever look as if it was coming down. Struck well enough, but never really threatening.
Well, you'll be shaping your thoughts maybe on man of the match. 09009 112233. Give us a call. Camera. Head shaking for Liverpool players. Another free kick to Manchester United. Good enough to make Rigobertson play that. Giggs delightfully guided to Butt. Keane, Neville on the move. Keane spotted him. So too is Matteo, and dealt with the ball as well. And ball by Beckham.
Well, the tracksuit is coming off Michael Owen, no doubt about that, as I look down below me. And Andy Cole also.
And you Anything you can do, we can do. I'm not going to say better. Murphy. Still very much in the melting pot in Manchester. 1-1. Goals in the first half. Berger's brilliant free kick. And Solskjaer's stoppage time equaliser before half-time, when Liverpool were down to 10 men. Keane.
Attention please, this is a message to all Liverpool supporters.
Butts past to Beckham. When Westerveld concerned about Giggs, who was coming in unmarked. Goalkeeper was looking as though he might want to come and claim the cross. He really had no chance for that.
Well, there was too much depth on the cross. You just wonder where Giggs was going to pick a volley out at the end of it, didn't you? It was a very high, very difficult. He had a long look at this, Ryan Giggs. Over-threatening the target. It could have gone anywhere off the defender. I think it was Jamie Carragher.
Well, it's comeback time again for Michael Owen. Hard hit by hamstring difficulties over the last year. General concern about whether that problem will continue to haunt him. He's coming on for TT camera, and he's going to be on camera with our player cam for Sky Digital viewers on channel 404. Scored a couple of goals here for Liverpool already in his young career, Michael Owen, and also, as we mentioned earlier, received a red card.
Quite a painful place from there, isn't it? Trafford.
Yes. Keep an eye on him, as I'm sure Manchester United will be wanting to do.
Well, I've spent a good half hour. I watched Sammy Lee off and down below us. Martin spent 20-25 minutes stretching the hamstring areas, working Michael Owen, getting him warm.
Schmitzer. Again, Butters there to win it. And to skillfully steer it on. Giggs. Beckham will get there before Matteo. Beckham again needed strength as well as his earlier skill. But Manchester United couldn't maximise the position, having swept forward quite quickly. Not the start of the day, but the smile of someone maybe about to be given the chance to come on and be a late hero, Andy Cole. Well, there was nothing particularly malicious about that from Maya, but it was one of those again when the forward tries to block a defender clearing.
Well, I couldn't agree more with you. I think that's exactly what it was. It was a genuine and honest attempt to get the ball from Eric Maya. Phil Marks, Gary Neville will mark the up popped right away. It makes the decision a lot easier for the referee when that happens as well.
Murphy for Owen. There's no flag and Michael Owen's in with a chance. Oh, and he's clipped it beyond Van der Haar, but beyond the post.
What a chance. Oh, what a chance for the young man. A great ball from Murphy. Dennis Irwin's never getting back. Does the right thing. Tries to chip it over the goalkeeper. Watch the spin in the ball. You think it's in there, but it's spinning. A foot wide. Will there be a better chance from now to the end of the game, I wonder? He knows it's a big moment again for Liverpool in the match that they haven't taken.
Well sent on just for that sort of opportunity, which he can create with, even with slightly suspect hamstrings, that searing pace.
No, Alex has changed his mind. Hold on a minute, he's having another think about this. Alex Ferguson, he's trying to organise a few things. I'm not so sure that... Is it Solskjaer's coming off? He seemed to be telling him, hold on a minute.
Well, number 20 is up on that board. It's not irrevocable, of course.
Well, I tell you what, I think, well, I don't know what they're doing. Gary Neville and Dennis Irwin are swapping. Gary Neville's going to central area. Now, is that because of the pace of Michael Owen? Do they feel Neville is the best equipped to deal with that?
And certainly, we've got De Silvestre as a left-back. Yeah. We've got Schmitzer getting beyond Butt. Stam is staying where you'd expect him to be.
I thought Schmitzer was a bit unlucky, Mark. I thought that was a free kick, edge of the box.
So
I could have allowed it to go on. And that's a big change, isn't it, for a manager? This late in the game to alter three with your back four positionally.
Yes, we've been saying how unlucky Liverpool have had to be to have two changes enforced on them through injury in their back line. Stam having to barrel Butt out of the way. We're inside the last 10 minutes. York. Swung to head powerfully away. Owen the right back now. Beckham. Time to pick the pass. York. Owen. Schmitzer. I would think this must be Schmitzer's best display in his short time with Liverpool, certainly in an away game that will test the spirit as well as the skill.
Yeah, his touch has been very good today, I have to say. Vladimir Schmitzer got involved and he's looked as if he's been part of it, where he's always looked as if he's been the outside looking in for much of this season. Maybe a couple of times being picked, Martin, being made to feel part of the team has probably helped him as well.
He got an injury right at the outset of the season, that set him back. I think he actually came back against Manchester United in September from an early problem. It's only in more recent times that he has been a regular on the team sheet. Be interesting to see what sort of side Gerard Houllier puts out when he gets the likes of Owen fully fit, Redknapp and Fowler.
Shall I have a stab at it? All three will play.
So you're leaving TT on the bench.
Yeah.
Keane. Silvestre. Giggs. All shaping up for another successful late show from Manchester United to turn difficult circumstances into ultimate victory. Liverpool, who are more resistant these days, that's going to be a booking for York. Have been asked to show their defensive qualities. They would have expected that when they came here, but circumstances haven't helped them with injuries. Andy.
No, it just hacks away here at Haman, just at the end there.
Maybe a combination of Gary Neville's pace and sense of responsibility as well. He's a very mature performer. Silvestre a little bit more impulsive, and Owen gets the better of him in the wider position. Six minutes to go.
Look down below again. Alex Ferguson looks like he's making yet another change. Teddy Sheringham ready. Join the action.
It's been Cole and Sheringham in recent games. Sheringham a scorer here against Bordeaux on Wednesday. Well, he pulled back because Dermot Gallagher, the referee, wants the substitution to take place.
Well, it hasn't happened for Dwight York, Martin. I don't think today either. He's got involved, but hasn't looked as sharp as he normally is.
Well, he's spent so much time in the air recently, hasn't he? And anybody who makes those long-distance journeys knows how sapping that can be.
Amazing, Alex finishing the game with the duo he was started with against Bordeaux. Sheringham and Cole.
Took it behind. Danny Murphy shouting out there. They certainly need the spirit that the clenched fist indicated for these last 5 minutes, having lost the goal in the latter stages of the first half. It could be just as shattering for Liverpool if it happens again here as it was in the FA Cup last season. Song. To Stam, Murphy closing him down, back to the Dutch goalkeeper again. Beckham. In goes Keane. Are Manchester United going to be true to recent type? And they
had a better ball than that.
It does in the last few minutes here.
Well, Liverpool know it's about concentration now, there's no doubt about that. I think they've done pretty well, Liverpool, yet again today.
Schmitzer. Rahman. Giggs losing his concentration. To help Manchester United regain possession. Sheringham. Doesn't usually waste it. Stam. Now Butt. Beckham. Silvestre. What a run from him. Sheringham back for Silvestre again. Just lacked the poise with the cross. Allowed more licence to go forward from the left-hand side.
Yes, it's just about a yard or two too close to the goalkeeper. It's a very enterprising run. Twists and turns. At the end of the day, the cross was a decent one, but not far enough away from the goalkeeper, really. That's just catching practice for Vesterveld.
Example of the quality that has got Liverpool this far, the application. Here's Giggs. Cole trying to take it. Not the ability he's got to spin.
I have to say, if that had gone on and he was able to pull that ball down like that and he controlled it and stuck it in, that would have been well. Would have closed the book on goal of the season. To be able to have done that.
In the 90th minute, with stoppage time to come. A strong suit for Manchester United. But here's Keane. Beckham's cross. Couldn't get it above Matteo. Team in green trying to hold their line on the edge of the area. Run a little bit earlier from Irwin.
say he's a touch unlucky. I mean, it must be a combination of the two. No?
He's getting booked, isn't it?
Yeah. He was a touch unlucky if it was for that tackle. But this is a big moment. It was late. Free kick from Beckham on the right-hand side.
Beckham tosses it in. Schmitzer. Liverpool regroup again. We've got 3 extra minutes. Neville, first thought to get it forward. Owen looking a little wider. Beckham leaning into that Matteo. Another free kick. Sheringham wants to spot it up quickly, but he's going to leave Beckham to sort it out as he wants.
Well, certainly Giggs will fancy this. It's the sort of side where you'd fancy a left footer. But we're doing short across. I wonder. That's a choice they've got to make. The 2 on the ball.
It is stoppage time. It's Beckham into the wall. Giggs swings it in. Gary Neville is forward. Here's Silvestre. Sheringham!
Oh my God, how'd you miss it, Terry Sheringham? I can't believe Terry's missed that. That's an open goal. What a ball from Silvestre. It seems a simple tap in and Terry hits it straight back to where the goalkeeper was, near post.
It's a corner. Song and Westerveld both going for it. Beckham had taken it. Out by Matteo. Owen. It's going over Beckham there. It's a good climb and a knockdown header. Stam. But Beckham's run out of room. But it was so nearly late and great for Manchester United again.
Well, it should have been, I think. I think this is a wonderful opportunity. And he comes, side foot, and he just plays it straight back to where it came from. Right, to put money in Sheringham. So composed normally. Jamie Carragher did his bit. Goalkeeper right behind him. Might well have saved it.
Berger, the Liverpool goal scorer. Another chance with the header that Van der Haar saved before half-time. Here's Cole. United's throw. The extra 3 minutes almost up. Well, more evidence of Liverpool's improvement. Manchester United held at home by their long-time rivals from Merseyside. Patrick Berger smashed Liverpool into the lead with a sensational free kick. And then when Liverpool were down to 10 men, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer equalised in stoppage time before half-time. Just 1 win in their last 4 Premiership games for the defending champions. Does that offer some hope for the chasing pack? Though United at this moment are 7 points clear. Teddy Sheringham so close to winning it. But Solskjaer's goal at least protected a point for Sir Alec Ferguson. Liverpool with just 2 defeats in their last 18 league games. Well, they may not win the title, but their quest for European qualification is going very well. Final score at Old Trafford, 1-1.